The recent episode of The View sparked intense discussion as the co-hosts tackled the issue of gender and politics in the United States. The conversation began when co-host Sunny Hostin argued that the U.S. is a misogynistic country, citing the nation's failure to elect a female president, despite multiple opportunities. Her comment followed concerns raised by Representative Jasmine Crockett, who warned during a podcast appearance that Democrats might hesitate to nominate another woman for the presidency in 2028 after the defeats of Hillary Clinton in 2016 and Vice President Kamala Harris in 2024. Hostin's remarks drew pushback from her co-hosts Sara Haines and Alyssa Griffin, both of whom urged a more nuanced view. Haines argued that each female candidate faced unique challenges and circumstances, and that not every political loss could be chalked up to sexism alone. She emphasized the importance of not oversimplifying complex electoral outcomes. Griffin took a similar stance, acknowledging that while sexism and racism exist and certainly impact elections, they weren't the primary reasons for Kamala Harris's 2024 loss. Behar added her voice to the conversation, pointing out plainly, "We lost twice when women ran," reinforcing Hostin's broader argument. But Haines wasn't convinced that gender was the singular reason for those losses. She challenged the idea, asking whether there were truly no other reasons why Clinton or Harris may have failed to connect with voters. Hostin doubled down, stating that among all first-world nations, the United States stands out for having never elected a woman as president, calling it a factual reflection of deep-rooted misogyny. She went on to claim that Hillary Clinton's campaign was derailed not by her own record, but by the controversies surrounding her husband's past, despite her being one of the most qualified candidates in modern history. Griffin, however, refuted this, pointing out that Kamala Harris actually outperformed President Biden in fundraising and polling during her run, which suggests that other factors, not just her gender or race, led to her electoral defeat. The debate grew more intense as the hosts brought up President Biden's recent interview on The View, in which he directly blamed sexism for Harris's loss. Biden expressed disappointment over what he perceived as a deliberate and persistent campaign to question whether a woman, especially one of mixed race, could effectively lead the nation. Whoopi Goldberg joined the discussion with a powerful reminder that issues like race and gender often dominate public perception. She urged viewers to understand why these identity-based conversations are necessary, saying, "That's how we're judged. That's how we're seen." She also called out those who dismiss civil rights advocacy as wokeism, warning that equal rights for women, LGBTQ+ individuals, and minorities should never be viewed as political liabilities. Behar closed the segment on a sobering note, stating, "We have experienced the reality that these women can't get elected." Her comment underscored the collective frustration among the hosts and raised an important question. If some of the most qualified women in American political history can't break through, what will it take for the U.S. to finally shatter the highest glass ceiling? The discussion wasn't just about Kamala Harris or Hillary Clinton. It reflected a deeper examination of American values, biases, and the ongoing struggle for gender equity in the highest levels of leadership. Whether one agrees with Hostin's assessment or leans toward Griffin's more data-focused take, one thing is clear. The U.S. still has significant work to do when it comes to leveling the political playing field for women.